done a video in a while here, so I figured I would do one. I haven't done a follow-up since like probably November. It's been a while since I checked in with all you guys. But I think I'll talk about hypersexuality and Asperger syndrome and what it's done to me and how I've lived my life and what I've had to go through because of it. And I don't know if a lot of Asperger people have this problem, but I've had this problem since I was a kid. Since I was little, I had to deal with hypersexuality, and I was always feeling the urges to want to do something sexually. It all started when I watched the movie Basic Instinct with Sharon Stone, watching her cross her legs at that one scene in the interrogation room, and that's what turned me on and made me know what, the kind of woman I'd want to be with and what I dreamed of. I want a blonde, blue-eyed woman with fair skin. And I've got a girlfriend, who has fair skin and has blonde hair. So my dreams came true that way. But sexuality has impacted me in a very negative way. My dad was very hypersexual, but he was also mentally unstable too, and he molested me when I was a kid, so I had to go through a lot, and that changed my image and outlook on sexuality as well. And I had to go through a lot of shit because of it. But I mean, it was so bad that, I was so hyper-focused on it throughout my school years that when I was a kid, that's all I could ever think about. And I had problems, adjusting the stuff and going out and focusing on my work. And I used to talk about the same subjects over and over again, and I'm almost 32 and I still do the same thing, even 20 plus years later. I still haven't changed. And I'm a very sexual person. I'm always have these urges all the time. I'm always just basically horny all the time. I have an addiction to pornography, and I was a virgin for the longest time too. I didn't have no sex, minus to what my dad did to me, until I was in my late 20s, where I started having girlfriends just a few short years ago. But I still feel like that teenager who never got what was his. And I never had no girlfriends in high school. I was very depressed. I even wanted to start my own Columbine because people bullied me so much and they called me faggot and queer. I genuinely considered murdering people, and I wholeheartedly thought about it. And I went to school during the time of 9/11 too, and Columbine, all around the same time. And yeah, I'm just curious to see what your guys' thoughts are and see if there's anybody else that's been through the same stuff I've been through and who's seen what I've seen and who knows about hypersexuality and understands it. They say people with borderline personality are more hypersexual. Now, I've been guilty before. In my last relationship, I cheated, and so did my ex-girlfriend. It's because, I feel these urges, and when I see a random woman sometimes, I get excited, and I imagine what it'd be like to fuck her and put my hands on her. As graphic as that sounds, I fantasize about that, and I think that fellow Asperger people tend to get horny and excited. But the problem is also I feel that their parents overly shelter them, and they overly protect them to a point that's unhealthy, even in adulthood. I've got friends who have Asperger's who still get treated like little children by their parents even a lifetime later. And their lives are kind of ruined because of it. And they're adults, and they don't get to go out as often as I do. I have independence. I don't have to worry. Even though I still live with my mom and she's disabled, so I don't have to worry about her breathing down my neck. When I was younger, she used to do it all the time before she got sick. But yeah, I was just wondering if any of you had to go through this. And having a porn addiction is not fun, Being at Starbucks, looking at X-Hamster on my phone just because I want to jerk off or whatever. It really sucks. It's not that fun. It's a disease. It's almost like a drug addiction or alcoholism. And I'm alcoholic too, by the way. And I drink to get fucked up because, I had such a bad past. And I'm addicted. I get addicted to women. I get addicted to food. I get addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to everything. Thankfully, I don't really do drugs. I smoke weed here and there, but that's it. Plus my medication that I have to take for my health problems. Life just really sucks that way, but I guess there is a light at the end of the tunnel, like they say. But I'm just curious what your thoughts are from my fellow Aspergers, friends, what they've had to go through. Let me know. All right.